Hey everybody, it is nostalgia time once again, and hope you all enjoyed the 100th episode, as boy, that sure was fun. So, in this episode, we're going to be taking a look at machines from a few different manufacturers, and we will do so over the course of the next three episodes, including Sony, IBM, and others. Didn't I just fix the hard drive controller before I started taping? Because it just did 7E and then doesn't want to boot now. Right now, we're going to move on to the IBM ThinkPad T42. And yes, as you can tell, I have already done the restores prior to recording because a lot of these were a combination of ghost files and Macrum reflect images. So I've went ahead and did all of those before recording this one. The Sony is still booting up, and the IBM ThinkPad is loading. Apparently, there is no out of box experience. Looks like it must have already been set up by default. So we'll just let it load here. In the meantime, let's check on the PCV and let me run the fix again, because something might not have been right. All right, let's hit restart and eject and see what happens. Meanwhile, this guy is still loading. See, it's starting up. It's taking a while to do so. Alright, let's see if this guy boots now. This is the Sony Vaio PCV MXS20. And it looks like it wants to boot now. Yeah, it looks like we're going to end up with the same issues. So yeah, unfortunately this one's a fail. And this one also looks to be a fail because the activation timer already ran out. But I like the background. It says IBM, it's nice and colorful. So we're going to do, yeah, let's just do safe mode. Alright, while that loads, the Sony Vaio U3 is up next. So right now we are, I believe, 1 and 2. Well, let's see if this one starts up. This is either RTM or Service Pack 1 of XP Home, which is what this thing came with by the factory. And it looks like it is going to boot. But, of course, the activation timer runs out on that thing, too. That's a shame. So I guess we're gonna do it again. So it does not want me to reset for some reason. Not sure why that is. Because I know it was working just fine previously. Anyway, we'll start safe mode. And as that's loading, here's what we've got. So we have Norton 2004, and then we have some IBM programs. The first one being Access IBM. Well, there isn't really going to be any sound because we're on safe mode. This is like a welcome center for IBM products, and you can get some help and support and other things about your OS and machine. And then Think Advantage it and then Think Vantage, this was again all before Lenovo bought the ThinkPad name. So you can hover over these and you get a nice visual, and then it gives you a description on what the feature does. So then Access Connections, of course, is where you connect to the internet, and then the Active Protection System is just like what Lenovo did and many other manufacturers, where So if the machine moves in any sort of way, it'll move the drive head to a safe position, reducing the risk of data loss. Then rescue and recovery is where you go to restore the system to factory settings if something should go wrong. Now let's see what else we have. We also have Hydrovision. No special games, of course, because this is professional, just the standard ones. And IBM has preloaded a business version of Sonic Now, of Sonic Record Now, along with WinDVD. It says no valid driver disk found. I figured that. And then there's PC Doctor. W Reader 6 is on here. And then I don't need to show you I'll show you anyway. I'll show you anyway. Because right here, this is Service Pack 2 of XP Professional. And then this guy is ready. So click yes to enter save mode. And wow. My oh my. There is a lot of bloatware on here. Well, first let me change the resolution, which doesn't seem to work at all. But yeah, that's really all there is to see here. So we are done with this model. So let's see what we have. This is a Japanese copy, I believe. So let's see what this one is. This one looks to be some ads for internet services in the nation, in the country. Picture Gear Studio, I don't think opens in safe mode. And then Grammy, I wonder what this is. Obviously, I cannot tell what that says. So I'm going to need a translator for this. This must be a proxy server tool. And then QuickTime Player is also on here. And if we were to try and play the sample movie, it is not really going to output sound. I don't even know if it's going to open at all. And then Real Player, that's their registration card. So let's just hit cancel. But yeah, we know what Real Player is. And this is a utility to connect to the internet. And then we have a digital music manager. This is, I'm guessing, a tutorial on how to use the program. I can't really see the bottom of it because this is safe mode. But actually what this is where you go to play music, and you can create a CD, and I believe this is where you create MP3 files. And that's the close button. This one doesn't work. Air H. This must be a partnership. So yeah, this must be a promotion. And this looks to be PC Doctor. And it looks like it talks about safe mode. Yeah, PC Doctor 2002, so. But, oh, what's this doing? It looks like it's running hardware checks. I'll just go and cancel it. Oh, that's properties, not close. I gotta do Alt F4 to close it. There we go. Cyber support. I'm guessing this is their own help and support page. Now, Web Pocket. I wonder what this is. It looks to be a cloud storage device. I believe it's sort of their own version of cloud storage. And this is just a full screen program. This looks like it's talking about Grammy, but I don't know if it's going to talk about anything else. Yeah, I'm not sure what else it's going to talk about. But it plays in a Macromedia Flash program. So that's what that is. And then here's some more advertisements. And this one is, looks like a basics menu. Hmm. I'm guessing what this is it's like a recommendation menu. So it's like a program recommendation tool. So if you don't know what program to use for a specific task, you could just use that and you could just use that and then it will give you the recommendation. And now I see QuickTime has finally started. I've waited so long. Now let's play the sample movie. I believe that was a warning about no audio device, but the movie does play. But yeah, no sound though. And then this is XP's help and support, rebranded for Sony Vio. This is a Vio Media utility. I'm guessing this is where you go to listen music and videos and all that stuff, kind of like their version of Media Center. And I wonder what this page is. This talks about BioMail addresses exclusively for Vio users. And this one looks to be a welcome video for Perkus TV. Which looks to be sort of like you could turn your media into a TV station of some kind, which is kind of neat. But then if we go to the system properties, this is the original release to manufacturing build of XP Home. So now we go to the Vio P788K, which actually comes with Windows 7, interestingly enough. And we'll just see the orbs there. Give it a moment or so to boot, as once again, the setup was already completed. So this one's actually in English. So we have the users folder, it's already created a user for us. And then we have a mobile broadband tool on America's largest and most reliable 3G network. Well, it was back in 2009, 2010, but unfortunately, as of the end of 2022, 3G has been shut down here in the United States. So, yeah, this was about Verizon's 3G service, but unfortunately, 3G service no longer exists to make way more of 5G. But this was actually a 3G capable machine, so you could connect to Verizon's 3G cell towers and you could stay connected anywhere. And you see we have a battery utility. Your Bluetooth radio is turned on but is not discoverable. It's because it's a virtual machine. And I saw utilities about fingerprints and everything. Does that say Pentium 2? There is no way Windows 7 could run on a Pentium 2 from like the late 90s. So I see a few other programs have also been bundled on here. I do not believe it was by Sony, but I believe it was whoever set this up. If I go to the All Programs menu, we have Adobe Reader 9, and then let's see, this is a share register to my pictures folder. It's not even going to update anyway. So, yeah, this is like an alternative to Windows Full Gallery. I cannot even see the whole friggin' thing. So, let's try and adjust the resolution. And apply. There we go. That's a little better. Alright. I don't know what this program is. It does not want to start. And then we have the control center, which is where you get your information about your system along with power options. And then you can configure settings for basics like keyboard, mouse, network connections, display settings here, and then sound, then the action center, and then of course you can access bookmarks if you bookmark them with I don't know if it applies to the Chrome browser too, but I highly doubt that. And then data restore is where you restore data that was lost. VZW, yeah, this is their tool to connect to a 3G cell tower. If I actually had this computer and tried to connect to a 3G cell tower, it basically wouldn't even work. And then Magic Eye Visual Effects. Let's see what this is. Yes. I saw the tool for a moment, but yeah, basically it's like an effect kind of thing. Webcam companion. Yeah, you can do fun frames with your webcam, and a webcam was not found. Oh, of course there isn't. And nope, it looks like it doesn't come with any games at all. And there's that connection utility, Sony Picture. That's what that is. Startup tasks, and then I see a couple of other programs are on here, including WinRAR. And I see the Chrome browser was also installed. I'm assuming this replaced Internet Explorer. Well, actually, Internet Explorer is on here. However, it was replacing. So, Internet Explorer was already on here. However, the browser placed on the taskbar was replaced. And I believe this is the last version of Chrome before support was dropped. Yep, Chrome 109. So this was the last version of Chrome before they dropped support for Windows 7. And then if we go to the system properties, this is the original release to manufacturing build of Windows 7 Home Premium. Sony Electronics. There's their phone number, support number, and of course all the other information that I put down. So by default, it does the name twice as a computer name. I'm not sure why it does that, but it just does. All right, the PCVW 121. This one came with XP, just like before. It came with XP Home Service Pack 0 or 1. And immediately upon booting, it just gives up. I mean, we had some luck, but it might just eventually end up in a boot loop. So the VGN TZ170N is up next, which came with Windows Vista. And yeah, it tries to boot and then it just crashes with some system file. So I'm going to try booting in safe mode like we did before, and we'll see if this gives us a different result. Meanwhile, the VGN TZ170N is just about ready to go. So this came with the business edition of Vista. Right, it looks like it worked. So we'll look at that in a moment here, considering this one's almost ready. Oh, probably might take a while because that just has a lot of bloatware on it. So let's see what we have. We have a looks to be an updated utility for internet connections. Not sure what this gigapocket is. Specify region or prefecture. So this has a TV tuner. And I'm guessing this is where you go to, you can watch live channels with this thing. And now I can't really seem to close it. We can just leave it alone. And then Vio has their own game center. It's still scanning for, well, I guess these are the only 3 games that they provide, and I'm not even going to try and play any of them. As much as I'd like to. This one doesn't work. I believe that one doesn't run in safe mode. This one looks to be a media promotion for media utilities. So yeah, this is what the background is supposed to look like. So there's all the Vio wallpapers there. And then this is I'm guessing it's a resizing utility of some kind. Oh no, it's actually that same info utility we saw before. So let's close that. Sony Image Station. So I'm guessing this is like that picture program we saw previously. So this looks like a video conferencing utility. And then this is where you get support for your device. There's that same media center-esque tool that we saw previously. Oh, we were just there. This is email. Now this is about email. And then, of course, the WebPocket Cloud, which this looks to be an updated version from 2002. So that's it for that one. And I see the activation timer has ran out. The business product key you typed is invalid for activation. It worked previously. Contact Sony Corporation. And it looks like on this port, it looks like Firefox has been set as the default browser. I believe this is the last browser that supports Vista. And then where is About? That's Help. Here we go, About Firefox. This is ESR 52, actually. This is version 52. And I wonder what the copyright date is. I don't think so. But I'm going to assume that this is the last version that supports Vista. But I believe in Firefox we can also. Oh, the file folder's not found. But I believe also in Firefox we can open up Explorer from here. And look at that. There we go. So now we can see we have a recovery utility. Yeah, there are multiple problems. This is not supported, the recovery utility does not run, and we probably do not have much. But I don't think all this VIO stuff will work, but here's the status monitor. I do not think this control center will. Wow, it looks like a lot of this stuff actually still opens. But this is a newer version of the control center. Then this is Install Shield's update utility. Looks like we got a lot here. Some programs are hardware locked. This is where you go to update your machine. And then there's the power management tool. So VIO Media. And since we are done with this one, we'll go ahead and shut it down. Doesn't look like it's working. But then we have their hardware diagnostics utility. Like Dell Support Assist, you can run tests on all components or specific components to see if any issues are being reported. And this is VIO's Edit Components utility. Not enough quota is available to process this command. Camera capture does not work. The AV mode launcher also doesn't work. Sonic Stage Mastering Studio does not work either. Looks like a lot of them doesn't work. Probably because they require sound. And that's not what we have. So here's Sonic Stage, which allows you to import music from a variety of sources, just like we've seen on those Japanese copies already. Easy Media Creator, and it looks like it already sets us to the home page. Battery care function. Don't show me this again. There's a click to DVD tool, which doesn't work. No games because this is business, but we can enable it later. And even WinDVD 8 does not work. That's unfortunate. Protector site. This is the fingerprint utility that they provide. So of course you can create disks and you can transfer disk contents to an external hard drive. So let's see what happens if we could cancel on this. It just locks me off, of course. Please connect the fingerprint reader. So you can log in with your fingerprint. So after fiddling around for a bit, I finally got the PCV MXS20 to start, which is great. And I can see the one-click maneuver is enabled by default. So everything looks to be in a folder called Vio World. So we have Adobe Photoshop Elements, and it looks like that's a registration card we needed to fill out. So these don't look to work except for this one, DVD It, which is a DVD player. Well, not just DVD player, but it's a DVD project maker. So suppose we can. So I guess what it actually is it's a DVD menu creator. So we can create DVD menus of all kinds of types. The Giga video recorder, that's what that is. Here's the image station. This one's in English. So this is the intro for it. We'll let it run in its entirety. Cannot run Movie Shaker or Picture Gear. This is a media player. Photo Printer 2000. Yep, it's a photo creator. Record Now DX by Vertitus. And no compatible found. But it did find my IDE disk drive. So, of course, this is where we make CDs. It even has Sonic Stage Premium on here. So, if you can't do that, so unfortunately it won't work. Get 50 free points for high quality for a limited time. So this is basically like a help and support program for it. We also have Real Player. This is the basic version. So, and then there's the jukebox variant of this. It has a radio tuner already on here. It can only be viewed when you're online. Well, I'm not. But then, of course, we have QuickTime Pro, well, QuickTime 5. And then, of course, we can open up the sample movie. But again, there will not be any music. Or sound, I should say. No sound. Yeah, there won't be any sound. I see AOL, not the tour, but AOL, it looks to also be on here too. But yeah, AOL 6 to be exact. So this is actually Service Pack 3 of XP. Although from what it looks like, it might come with either RTM or Service Pack 1 from the factory, but this was updated to Service Pack 3. There's digital print, which is that fingerprint reader, DV gate assemble does not work. I'm assuming none of these work. There's no games. MX utility, PC Celine 2000 doesn't work. We have Adobe Reader 5, Visual Flow 2.1 doesn't run. BIOS support agent. And there's that tool we just looked at. VIO action, which actually what this is you configure the different buttons and what programs they open. And here's their support agent. It shows you some of the icons and what each of them, what purpose each of them serve. Sony on yahoo.com. And then what else have we got? We got Smart Capture, which does not work. Assuming the movie player doesn't work either. Quicken 2002 is also on here. But unfortunately, we will not get any sound. But that's really it for this one. I'll just show the system properties anyway. So there it is, Service Pack 3 of XP Home from 2009. So that's all there is to see here. So I've got 6 more different. So this is that tool in English. You can listen to FM radio on this thing, which is pretty cool. But sadly, that's not the case. So that's really all there is to see here. So next episode, I've got some more interesting machines to look at. But until next time, thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next episode.